Good morning, traders. Good morning. Happy Friday and welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we hop onto the charts, make sure you go ahead and read what's on the screen. Trading is risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research and make your own trading decisions. Also read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Remember, guys, trading super duper risky. Almost nobody that trades makes money. If you trade, you're probably going to lose money. I'm an idiot yapping on YouTube, X, and Kick for entertainment purposes only. Important to note all of these things. But now that we got that out of the way, what's up, chat? How we doing? Happy Friday, man. Coming in with this energy today, man. We're bringing big energy into the day. We're gonna cultivate this great Friday. I could feel it. Either a hell of a W or a beautiful L, but we're gonna follow our approach. We're gonna trade fearlessly today. We're gonna finish off this week strong. What's up, chat? Wolf, what's up? It's Don't F It Up Friday, Wolf. You know this. Paul, what's going on? Tom Ward, yo, what's up? Purple Ninja, what's up? Keel, what's up? Virat, what's going on? Let's make some pips. Okay. What's up? Muhammad, what's up? What's going on? Dwayne, Daily Tail, Jordan, Dr. FP, happy Friday. King EF, Jarmo, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world, because we got traders from all over the world, man. Love it. Big energy. Appreciate you guys being here. Hope y'all have an awesome trading day with me. Let's get after it today, guys. Let's get after it. All right, just checking stream. Everything looks good to go. Let's see what we got going on in these charts, man. Absolutely CPI impact. So taking a look, we had CPI. This was the long-awaited CPI print, and it was pretty heavy impact here on YM. I'm assuming we have, that's an old ES chart with a bunch of old markup. There's a micro ES chart on the 15-minute. Very nice candle printing to the upside. A little over 40 points on ES. If we take a look at NQ, nice candle printed to the upside. Very, very similar structure out of all of these. Oh, yeah. 178, almost 180 point candle out of NQ. So market liked this morning. Market liked this. So if you guys don't know, I'm trading here on Project X. Most of you know this, but I repeat it every day. Trading here on Project X with Top 1 Futures. This is a Top 1 Futures 15K live account, technically a pre-live account. It's what you get kicked to after you do well enough, or whatever they consider the parameters to get you into a live account. Been doing all right on this one. A little bit back and forth this week. Caught a nice W in this one. A little over $1,000 yesterday. Trading live on Prop Firm Match TV. That was very fun. You guys were awesome. Everybody that hopped on from the community. It was a fun stream for sure. You guys were super hyped up in there. It was great. So let's take a look at this, man. Kind of interesting structure. Again, bringing good vibes into this Friday. This is going to be a little bit interesting to trade off of, right? I was not in pre-market. Really don't like to YOLO into news if I don't have to, and you never really have to. I don't really like to do it outside of maybe really needing to get through evals or something that are going to rebuild, right? Or, you just need to get through a sim account quickly, because it's typically going to end in in an L, right? You're either going to have a nice result from that or a very, very, very quick loss. Increased risk with increased reward, and oftentimes the volatility off the bat is just so aggressive that you don't survive anything. But printed to the upside overnight. This was a nice bullish push. YM a little bit lagging after this big move to the upside behind ES and NQ. We didn't come all the way up through the highs. I think we did here. If I take a look, yeah, way through the high on NQ, just for reference, and then all the way through the high on ES, looking at the 4-hour chart. So, crazy, like kind of the same thing that we've seen almost all year, man, right? Like, geopolitics start up, Trump starts talk about China tariffs, Mexico tariffs, whatever we have going on. Market reacts super duper harshly. We had this gnarly sell-off. Was this 2 weeks ago, Friday, in all the U.S. indices. Super big volatility to the downside, and then a lot of volatility back and forth, and then here we are to finish out the week at the highs, man, blasting through highs. So it's just this very, very prevalent uptrend. If we zoom out, this is on ES, obviously on the 4-hour trend, 4-hour time frame. This thing has just been ripping, man, so damn strong. Obviously, over a long enough period of time, you zoom out, on the U.S. indices, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, NASDAQ, they go up. But we are really not, we're not done, at least yet. Maybe we're popping a high and we're going to sell off, but all I've heard on X and all over is, the top's in, that's it, get ready, sell everything, get ready for the big sell-off, it's coming. I don't know, dude, the bulls just can't give this up. It's like, it's just non-stop, man. We have these gnarly down day stop runs that just immediately get bought back up. We have these crazy wicks to the downside before it pops to the upside. So it's, it's not all straight up. I will not say that there's not big movement to the downside, but overall, man, this market is very, very strong. So anyway, that's just kind of the higher time frame, speculation analysis talking about it. We got through CPI, no more high impact news for the day, but obviously we know we are in headline markets. At any point, anybody can say anything and the market can rip in one direction, right? Trump starts talking, anybody else starts talking. So we are aware of that. I'm not subscribed to Squawk yet. I was thinking about getting real-time Squawk piped in and actually try to listen to it. But maybe next week for that. Overall, looking at day over day, caught the nice longs yesterday. That was pretty solid. We did continue to the upside. Not a huge day, pretty small, relatively small daily range for what we've had. This did not come into average daily range highs or lows. Overnight session, we popped prior day's high, pulled back, took off, and then obviously this 8:30 a.m. candle, we popped all the way to the upside, cracking above Wednesday's high, not coming above all the way into the high from the 21st earlier this week, but a very, very big push up. We did pull back down. I'm just going to drop down to a lower time frame on YM here, which I am trading off the open. We did pull back down a little bit, right? Well, this is pretty aggressive. This is almost a 300-point candle in YM. We sold right back off 160 points, and now coming right into the open, about 10 seconds to NYSE open right here, guys. Good luck. We are pushing the upside. So, starting to frame some trades for today, man. I don't know that I want this one. I don't know that I want the super duper aggressive short. If we come right up to the highs, that would be a potential entry for me, right? Into the open, a sell-off back down to VWAP. Context-wise, guys, in a day like today, I don't know that I'm looking for something like that. I'd prefer to be in long. Obviously, we are opening up completely. We are opening up, just to talk about this, 130 points, 150 points, whatever that opening print was, 150 points above prior day high. We're not like above volume point of control. We're not above, value area high. We're not just above prior day high. We're like 150 points above it, almost opening up above 2 days prior high. So very bullish, right? That's a very bullish indication if you use prior day's candles, higher time frame, context coming into the trading day, which I'm trying to get a little bit better about doing. I've come in a little bit too unbiased, I think. So very, very, very bullish out of this, right? From higher time frames to the open to the context of where we are from yesterday's profile. Very, very bullish. So I'm looking long on this. Where might I want to try this? If we're not just going to completely erase this move, which we could, right? We could just say, hey, man, that's the top. That's it, right? We're going to come down. and flip. You know, you can pick a top at any time in the market if you want. If we're not going to do that, right, where do I think a reasonable area to return down and maybe take everybody out, take all of these early longs that are jumping in right now, that jumped in on this candle print, that are still holding from the, you know, from the print itself, back down here, right, into this area of high volume, 47 evens, 47,000 evens, all the way down to below these pre-market lows, 46, let's say 46, 850s, 860s. This is a big buy zone for me. Big buy zone for me. This is volatile, right? But not insane. Really not insane. I could definitely run a mini on this for me personally. And I'll read the chat. I see you guys saying what's up, talking today. This is a big buy area down here. I'd want to see a pullback down before a continuation to the upside. Not long from in here. You know, if we just rip to the upside, there's nothing for me here. No way to structure risk. This is not an invalidation point. This is not an invalidation point. This is not an invalidation point for me. I think we can easily do that. There's no reason why across the U.S. indices we wouldn't pull back and then continue, right? So I can't structure risk on something like this, so I have to wait for this, right? This would be a continuation similar to yesterday. Talked about that a little bit in Discord, a little bit yesterday on the live. The immediate reversion play versus the continuation play. This would be the continuation play. Again, the only other thing I have on the chart right off the bat, looking at it, is the really aggressive pre-market into the open reversion back to VWAP. If we blast straight above this pre-market high, get close to this, there's a short, right? There's a short to catch that movement. I don't know that I'm taking this today. I think I'm probably going to apply some discretion to not try something like this. I think you are stepping in front of an absolute freight train, and it's a cheap trade, meaning you can get your stop loss outside of price action and market structure, and you know, you have a nice risk to reward, but you are aggressively counter to everything on the chart. So you know, I'd probably just watch that one potentially play out and not cry about it. But we'll see. We'll see what that looks like. You know, maybe we get a really heavy negative cumulative volume delta as we start to push up there. You know, maybe we see a lot of volatility, a lot of volume, you know, right at those highs. Looks like we're popping stops and, you know, just not able to continue. And, you know, I apply some discretion to take that. But I'm going to be cautious on that one, man. I think it can absolutely happen. We can sweep this news candle high and come right back down to VWAP and then still continue, right? And that would provide 200 plus points, 250 points, maybe just to the downside. And you don't even have to be right that we're going to sell off all day, right? We continue to the upside, but I'm going to be cautious on that. Be a little bit more cautious on that. So anyway, that's what I'm looking at. You know, potential sells up here. Potential buys down around this area of high volume, temporary volume point of control. Multiple volume points of control from prior day. This area has come into play multiple times, right? It was a very nice target for my long yesterday. Very, very nice target for the long yesterday. So let's see. But overall, man, this thing just could be taken out like a rocket. This could just be taking off like an absolute rocket to the upside with no pullback and, you know, a Friday grind. You know, that might be all we need to do in YM. And, you know, here we are printing a nice candle to the upside. It's aggressive, man. It'd be a really aggressive short to try. Really aggressive short to try. Let's see. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Thank you for being here. Yeah, man, this would be a nice one. I don't know. Maybe half risk. I give myself 2 trades. I think that's probably what I'm going to go with. We come up here. I might try it for $500. With a really wide stop. Let it come above the highs and see if we can't get a little reversion. It's aggressive, man. It's really, really aggressive. It's a play for me. But it's going to be pretty damn aggressive. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Put the gap. Yesterday was W Legend. Appreciate you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Appreciate you guys in chat. What's up, everybody? Juan, what's up? Keem, what's up? Cook Smith, what's going on? Ange Cart, happy Friday. What's going on? Chat, what's going on? Muhammad, looking on gold. Tanjil, what's up? Let's see, chat. Let's see. We do have a giveaway later today. I let the cat out of the bag early on that one. I hyped that one early. We are going to run a giveaway a little bit later today. I'll let you know all about it. But first off, we got the market moving like crazy right now, man. So I'm kind of locked in. Man, I don't know. I'm kind of tempted on this one, guys. Kind of tempted on this one. Again, pre-market high getting swept. This news candle high just getting close. This is really gnarly though. I don't know that I have the testicular fortitude, which is a nice way of saying I don't know if I have the balls to short this market, man. I think I might have to try it with a reduced amount of risk on micros. I might run 5 MYM. Let me get ready for this. 5 MYM with my my standard stop. Yeah, this is gnarly, dude. This is pretty gnarly. I think I'm gonna go for it, guys. I'm not gonna have the long play for a while. If we just blast off from here completely, we get no pullback. I'm just wrong, right? I'm dead wrong. It's just going to be the slow grind to the upside. But I'm going to try to catch a little something on this. Back down towards VWAP, back down towards these pre-market highs, prior day high. Here we go to the upside. I'm just trying to frame this risk-wise if I want to try it with a mini or not. Here's a sweep of that news candle high, still pushing. I'm going to try this with 5, guys. I'm going to try this with 5 micros. I'm going to go light on this one as far as my normal risk goes. I'd like to give myself more than one trade today, but I'm going to fade this thing. Again, guys, this is super aggressive. So I'm in short before I talk about the trade. I'm in short, 47,274. Stop is going to be wide. I'm going to be twitchy with this. I don't know exactly where I want this yet. But I just want to provide a little disclaimer here. I'm in half risk, right? This is a volatile day. This is the first micro trade that I'm taking on this account. I'm trading with 5 micros, half of my normal risk. I'm short from 47,274. Stop right now up at the 47.5s. I'm looking for what's happening right now. A little reversion back down to VWAP. But what I want to say on this one, guys, this is a 15-minute chart zoomed out. This is aggressive. This is aggressively counter to this market, to the structure that we have going on. I think there's a really good chance that we come down and take out lows. This is the same trade that I try to get myself into right off the open. 10 minutes in, we're sweeping pre-market high. Even though it is aggressively bullish on this, I want to give myself a shot to take it. I would be a little bit upset if I watched it play out right back down to VWAP, and then we even continue to the upside, and I don't put risk on the line. I have to do it. It's my approach. But I will recognize I could absolutely get my face ripped off, and I'm the only idiot on YouTube shorting a just ripping market, through all-time highs, right? So do with this, as you wish. I'm going to run this one short. There's a chance to manage it. Like right off the bat, you can go stop loss to break even, where if we come through the high again, you know, it's a no-go. But we're getting a little bit of a reaction here. Again, I'm looking just for a move back to VWAP. Looking for a quick move back to VWAP. I'm on the micro chart, which I don't like after such a volatile move. I'm looking on TradingView 47, the 80s, 47.080. I just want to take a look at my Dow chart. Yeah, we got 47.081 for VWAP here, because now I'm trading micros with a completely raw chart. Yeah, prior day high down almost at the 47 evens. So yeah, looking for around VWAP on this one, maybe a little bit below, maybe right around this pre-market before the news candle high. Little reversion back down to the downside. Again, guys, half risk, right? If I have to take the L on this one, I will give myself a second trade. I'll have a follow-up, right, with half risk also, because it's just too aggressive to take it 10 minutes into the open and not give myself a second one, which I usually don't do. So anyway, let's see. I am short. Showing me a little bit of profit on this one right off the rip. Yeah, you can see between micro, YM, and the mini chart, MYM and YM, that we do have some discrepancy in where the VWAP is, to the tune of like 10 points right now, which is, you know, not that big, but fair. It's a fair amount. So let's see. Let's see what we get out of this bad boy. Let's see what we get out of this bad boy. Let's see. A little volatility on NY. Oh yeah. Watching. I just want to say I really appreciate the advice from yesterday, Zach. It's Wardy. Wardy! What's up, brother? What's up, man? Of course, man. If you guys don't know, I run a 100% free community where I yap about trading. We got somebody in there that we were talking about. So, Wardy, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you being in there. I'm happy to provide my 2 cents. You know, I don't always have it figured out, right? I'm not the best trader in the world. We'll see if I get myself looking like a complete idiot shorting this big push to the upside today. But I'm happy to provide my 2 cents, right? I'm happy to try to give you lessons that I've learned doing this for years, struggling, and then starting to get some consistency. So absolutely, brother. Before I go any further, do we have more news? Oh, we do. Idiot boy. Wow. All right, guys, we got red folder. We got flash PMI coming up. 10 seconds to red folder news. I got it from Bookmap. I'm holding this, guys. We're coming in. We're holding through red folder news. Was not paying attention to it. Let's see if we get a rejection to the downside. This could be really volatile. Got to journal this one that I was not paying attention that we had Flash Manufacturing, Flash Services PMI at 9:45 a.m. Eastern. Was just too focused on CPI today. I find myself now holding into a red folder news event, which I typically do not like to do. If we get a rejection back down towards VWAP, which we're not doing so far, looks like this is printing bullish. I'll probably take some profit on it. But here we are holding through a red folder news event. So far, first minute of it, looks like it's printing bullish. We'll see. I don't love to be in through red folder news events. You can tell by the smile and me describing it. Just not paying enough attention to news today. It's literally on the chart with a a little, what do you call that? Lightning bolt. But we'll see how this one goes. So far, it doesn't look good. Looks like it might just run it directly through the highs. Yeah. Yep. Well, there's one for the journal to say pay more attention to red folder news. I've definitely gotten lax with it because we haven't had any with the government shutdown. But we are coming through red folder news. I think that's all for today. Let's see. 10 a.m. revised consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. They're calling that a yellow folder. Flash manufacturing is not a crazy one. It's not a CPI. It's not FOMC, right? It's not unemployment. But it's volatile, and it often kicks the market into gear, which it's doing right now here on YM as we are pushing the upside. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. Is it me? The like button looks different. Yeah, the YouTube updated a whole bunch of stuff. Purple Ninja. What's up? I don't know what's going on with this market. Giveaway. Yeah, giveaway coming a little bit later, guys. Giveaway coming a little bit later. Why are all three indices moving up? Panic. YM should be doing something different. Yeah. Giveaway coming up in a little bit, guys. Somebody was talking about news in 4 minutes. Yep. I found your channel a few days ago. I love it. After you trade, can you show your setup for volume profiles, point of control, value area high, value area low? Yep. I absolutely can. I can do it while I'm trading. Got a little something on short. I will take it now because how much higher can we go? With the risk seems reasonable. We can always go higher. We can always go higher. We can always go lower. But yeah. PMI coming. Yep. You guys were calling it out. I just was not paying attention at all. So here we are holding through. When it goes up so fast, it often comes down fast. Yep. Escalator up, or the staircase up, elevator down, escalator down, whatever that saying is. Kurt, volume point of control changes on different time frames, even for a fixed range. Example, correct, it does. It does. I'm confused as to why point of control is changing. If that were the price made the most volume, it was traded from previous day volume. Why is it switching? So, Kurt, I've researched this myself. As I'm holding short through this, guys, I'll talk about the trade. I'm in with half risk today, trading 5 micros. It's volatile. Plus, I'd like to give myself another chance at another stab at a trade if I have to take an L on this one. I'd love to see a rejection. I wouldn't mind it coming up here, taking everybody out that's getting short, maybe with a stop right above here. But that news was printing higher. I don't love that. We're going to have to see what happens on this one. Not a whole lot of risk either way. So fairly stress-free as a whole. But putting my trade on, sweep a pre-market high, sweep that news candle high for a move back down towards VWAP. We'll see what we can get. So let's answer some of that. Let's answer some of these questions. Volume point of control and volume profile, fixed range volume profile, right? It does shift ever so slightly where it throws the point of control, the value area high and value area low, because the calculation is ever so slightly different across different time frames. Oftentimes, what also happens is when I drag out my fixed range volume profile for me on the 15-minute, and I'll tell you like how I just get around it and what I do. When I drag out my fixed range volume profile on the 15-minute, I'm also technically not grabbing the exact same amount of time that I would grab if I dragged it out on the 1-minute, right? Example, I'm stopping here at 16:45 for the time instead of 16:59, right? Where I might capture the entire day. So maybe there's the last 15 minutes of volume and price, everything that's not being calculated into this. Overall, Kurt, I've heard traders say that the 1-minute time frame, this is getting technical, I've heard a lot of traders say the 1-minute time frame takes the most volume data, the most granular data, and that's where the most accurate point of control, value area high, value area lows come from. I'm just not that nuanced about it personally, and I like to do it from one time frame, the 15-minute, and my 2 cents is whatever time frame you pick, just stick to that, right? If you're going to back test with one, forward test with one, if you're going to trade on one, whatever it is, wherever you're going to grab your point of control, value area high and low from, just keep it on the same time frame so you have consistency. Most days that I find, it's pretty close, man. It's pretty close. You know, stuff like that used to bug me. Not so much anymore. But somebody asked me, found my channel. Can I go over everything? Guys, we have a trade running just to show you. We're trying for a move back down to VWAP. I'm going to show you on YM because I hopped over to MYM to put it on. This is the chart that I trade every day except for today when we're very volatile and I want a half risk trade. Pretty simple, guys. Pretty simple. But for the person that was asking, are you here? Mitchell, hopefully. If not, you can go back. I got 3 indicators on this chart in front of you. All right, let me start from complete scratch. I have candlesticks, which are almost all the same color. Up is complete white, down is just a little bit light gray. I've got a complete background chart, black chart with no grid lines, no watermark, no nothing, right? 3 indicators. Technically, they're all volume tools. Just, questionable whether or not they're really indicators outside of just different displays of volume. But I have what's called visible range volume profile or volume profile visible range, depending on what platform you're on. Here's my settings right here on this. Row size 200. The style that I have, I'll highlight the changes. This is changed right here. If you want to set your chart up exactly the same, I'm going to give you all the juice that I have. 25%. This moves it over to the right-hand side a little bit more so it doesn't jut out to the screen too much. And then these are the colors that I have set here. That's it. It's pretty standard settings outside of the colors and the row. Point of control right here with this color. VWAP in the middle. Standard volume weighted average price in the middle. Standard settings. Only thing I have is an all white VWAP. And then down on the bottom, I have traditional volume. If I can click on it. Traditional volume. Standard settings. Just singular color, monotone, gray for this one. Outside of that, the only other markup, and this is the only other markup that I'm doing on my chart. It takes me 2 seconds to draw a fixed range volume profile. I come over here to left-hand side. This is the same on TradingView also, guys, as it is on Project X. I come over here and I grab a fixed range volume profile, right? And I come from whatever time frame to whatever time frame. For me, I'm doing it on the 15-minute chart like I was just talking about. And I'm getting the entire prior day, right? So I'm coming from session open, 1800, right? 6 p.m. Eastern, all the way to 1645, right? That would be the start of the new session, right? All the way to market close for futures. And that gives me prior day volume point of control, value area high, value area low. It gives me my VWAP in the middle, volume down on the bottom, and this crazy visible range volume profile, which I really like to run on the 15-minute chart. I find I'm just a more zoomed out trader. I don't think it's that my entries are sloppy. I don't think it's that they're not exact. I just don't care to lose hair and sleep on a 1-minute chart on YM. ES, I do like to be more zoomed in. It's just slower moving. It's kind of like watching paint dry. On stuff like YM, man, especially in a really volatile market like this, I find being on the 1-minute chart just doesn't show me shit. It doesn't show me anything. Excuse my language. Like, you're so zoomed in on 1-minute price action, you just get lost in the sauce. But that's preference. I will say visible range volume profile, I think, is more helpful on a zoomed out higher time frame chart. When you're super duper duper zoomed in, you're getting volume profile for like this tiny amount of price action. It's just, I don't know how helpful that is. But that's my entire chart, brother. Broken down. I hope that helps. Key levels that I pay attention to, right? Prior days, and I don't mark these. I would mark a lot of stuff on ES, but I keep coming back to really a raw chart. But it's important to talk about objective levels that I pay attention to. Objective meaning they are market generated. You could find them the exact same way on your chart as my chart. They are not my opinion. It's not, it's not my opinion. It's the exact same on everybody's chart, including yours. I pay attention to, of course, the whole volume profile, but really prior days high and low, prior days volume point of control, maybe a little bit of value area high and low. That's from prior day. I pay attention to the overnight session high and low. What a lot of people call pre-market, but I call overnight because it's the area that price trades, how I define this, which is clear. The area that price trades from session open, right? from this overnight open at 1800 right here, all the way up until 9:30 a.m. Eastern. That's my overnight session high and low. Pay attention to that. And then if I was going to pay attention to any range into the open, it would be initial balance. The first 1 hour opening range from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern. I'm looking primarily outside of that at volume, man. Volume profiles, right? Areas of high volume, volume points of control from prior days, visible range volume profile, which is really just another display of price action and market structure, right? You can see where we've consolidated a ton and put a lot of highs and lows in, and how we have a corresponding high volume node, right? A big stack of volume, right? Showing on horizontal display. So that's kind of how I utilize the candlestick chart in front of me. I would say I'm definitely more focused on market structure than I am price action itself. Obviously, I'm so damn zoomed out on a 15-minute chart. I really do like volume. I've just come to build trust and confidence in trading with that. That seems to work well for me. Over here on the left-hand side, I have my good friend Bookmap. This is an order flow tool displaying live liquidity in the market. I'm still getting comfortable staring at YM. As you can see, I've really continued to look at ES Bookmap. This is the YM Bookmap chart. Essentially, it's a depth of market giving you a heat map for historical price action, volume, and order flow, right? Liquidity in the market. So I find this helpful. Also gives me some other volume tools like cumulative volume delta. But I find this relatively helpful, right? Kind of secondary to what we do over here on the candlestick chart. So I hope that helps. That helps. But if you hopped on late, I am in a super duper aggressive short. Got in on a pop back up. This looks like we retested VWAP, but that's because VWAP was getting so aggressively dragged to the upside here. Coming into the 10 a.m. time frame, we could get some more volatility here. We do have a yellow folder news event, a low impact news event. I'm looking for a move back down towards prior day high, back down towards the top end of this this move in before London open. Don't know if we're going to get that. I'm in light, 5 micros. Kind of just continuing to push around this high. Sold off a little bit in ES, sold off a little bit in NASDAQ. YM holding pretty damn strong here. Oh, man. Let's see. Yeah, appreciate you guys hopping on. Welcome to the show. If you're new, thanks for being here. I trade live every dang day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern here on YouTube, Kick and X. Happy to show you what real trading looks like for me. I don't claim to be the best trader in the world. I don't claim anything. I definitely don't have it all figured out. I'm not on prop firm leaderboards. I don't win crazy competitions. Just a regular idiot trying to turn a profit in the markets. And happy to show you what that looks like. 10 a.m. volatility. Ooh. A lot of volatility on this one, guys. A lot of volatility on this one. Are we going to print to the upside? Like I said, we had 10 a.m. low impact news. Revised consumer sentiment. That might have came in like way outside of expectations because that was a aggressive movement at 10 a.m. there. If we just continue to take off, I think it's just going to be no reversion, straight shot through the moon. We're not pulling back on this. It's just going to be a slow grind higher. Kind of last ditch here, coming up to this high in YM. Are we going to pull back down to VWAP? Give me a little W here. We're just going to blast through highs, and it's going to be the slow grind. Bulls in town. It's Friday after CPI, man. I do think that could be in store for us today. I have to take this one, right? I gotta fade that pre-market pop off the open. If I watched it sell off right back through VWAP, right back down to 46.9s, I'd be kicking myself that I didn't take it. So I'm in short, but again, half risk, if that gives you any indication of how aggressive this is, right? Half size, not a mini. 5 micros here. This is micro YM. But that was aggressive. It didn't really follow through one way or the other, but that was getting wiggly there, guys. Very wiggly. That's my really high-tech, highly technical term. Wiggly. I'm going to hold this thing for now, guys. I'm going to hold this thing for now. Didn't get the reversion that I wanted to see right here. We got through 2 news events. Maybe we get a pullback. Maybe. I'm going to hold on to this one for now. Like I said, you know, I'd like it long from where I would like to close this trade. I have no long up here. I have no low time frame long. That's not the way that I trade YM. I don't just close my eyes and hit the buy button, which could be the move today, which could absolutely be the move today. But I don't pull that unless we have a move like yesterday where we get a pullback, right? We get a pullback here. We pop to the upside, pull back down, right? Take it long, and then ride it all the way to the upside. If we just blast off the open, you know, I don't have a trade. I don't have any long trade on this, I should say. I have a short on a sweep of pre-market high and a little bit of selling pressure. So we'll see. We'll see. I love that. We could always go higher. It's crazy. Let's go. Yeah, dude, listen. Listen, guys. We can always go higher in the US indices. I say this being short right now. We can always go higher. We can just... And about the time where everybody thinks we can't possibly go any higher or lower, we could always go lower, right? The market starts selling off. YM dumps like 600 points, and everyone goes, oh, okay, dude, we gotta be done now, right? Like, there's no way we're gonna keep going. We could always go lower. The market can just continue to run. You know, there's circuit breakers, right? There's price limits. But for the most part, the market can go much higher or much lower than you anticipate. It can defy all technical and fundamental analysis and reason. If you trade for long enough, through enough craziness, you will come to believe that. You will really come to believe that. And I think it helps solidify the belief that nobody has any idea. Let me be really clear about this. And I used to not really understand this. And I used to think it was a paradox. And how could traders say this? Nobody has any idea what's going to happen next at any moment in time in the market with any reasonable degree of certainty. We don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know what's going to happen next on this trade. I couldn't possibly know, and nobody else does. And anybody tells you that they do is absolutely ignorant, naive, too green, or completely full of shit. Okay? And this is the paradox. I do believe, holding that first belief true as a core belief, we can create a small but measurable edge in the long term over a large sample size. Okay? Because patterns do repeat themselves over a large sample size. We have ideal ways to approach the market, structure risk, to trade over a large sample size. But on the next coin flip, on the next spin of the roulette wheel, on the next deal of the hand, do we know what's going to happen next? No. It would be crazy to say that. So don't let be fooled by that, right? And it's a very difficult contradiction that we have to deal with as traders. But man, you trade for long enough, the market's going to display that to you. It will definitely display that to you. So I hope that helps. Treasure Kate, hey everybody, love the collaboration on the show yesterday. Hell yeah. Icing on the cake. Oh, you won an account yesterday. Nice. Nice. Relaxing Zen, what's up? Mike Z, what's up? Hey Zach, quick one. How do you trade off VWAP? I don't really trade directly off of VWAP. I use bounce and confirmed hold for break and retest. Brian Shannon has a lot of good material on anchored VWAP. Absolutely. Brian Shannon is the anchored VWAP GOAT. Starting to wonder, do you like to use VWAP as the end line, like it's your target? Yeah, listen. Here's my thoughts on VWAP. It is what it says, right? It's a volume-weighted average price. I think it's an extremely watched level by every type of trader, really, especially in the U.S. indices. And just by way of watching how it reacts, price reacts around VWAP throughout the trading day, there is a case to be made to use VWAP. There's a lot of different ways to use it. Longs above, shorts below, breaks and retests, bounces of it, waiting for it to hold, breaks through and then continue. It is a dynamic, what I would say a dynamic line in the sand during the trading session. You can also use what Dwayne talked about, which is anchored VWAPs. They are drawing tools that give you the same calculation, just to a different specific point in time. The standard VWAP is going to reset at the beginning of every session. As I watch this market continue to push higher, man. Yeah, this looks like it's just going to be the takeoff like a rocket. Last ditch here, man. We get a little bit of a pop to the upside. We trade 50 points higher, take out liquidity right here, and then get a reversion. But I'm holding short on this one, and I think it may just continue to run. It may just continue to run. Again, in with half risk on this, aggressively short. Pre-market high swept after the open, 10 minutes into the open. Made it through 2 red folder news events, just kind of chilling up here around the highs, but holding strong. Really not wanting to pull back at all on this morning. Prestige. The giveaway that I am doing today on stream later today is for an instant funded account. There's no activation fee because there's no challenge. You are directly into a funded account. This is the big boy account we're giving away on stream. Almost all the accounts that I give away are the instant funded accounts or the straight to funded Sim Pros. We got one running up later. If you guys want to get that going sooner rather than later, run the likes up. Y'all know the drill. Mike Z, what's up? Chrono Ember, what's up? Locked up 50K today and 150 last week. Now I have to keep them. Hell yeah. Might keep adding combines, waiting to activate. Yeah. Mike Z is talking about locking up some funded accounts. Listen, Mike, what I did, I'll tell you my journey, right? And this was after trading large size live accounts. I think it makes sense to continue trading combines, right? If you're just starting to get funded, why don't you just stack up a whole bunch of combines, right? Wouldn't you feel more comfortable trading that first 50K account if you had 5 additional, right? If you had 5 maxed out, funded accounts and you were just trading 1, maybe you had 5 with additional on backup, right? Put yourself in the best situation. That's exactly what I did with Top Step when I started trading. I wanted to get funded. And then rather than immediately starting to trade and say, I want to make money, I kept myself extremely disciplined and I traded more and more combines until I had 5 funded accounts. And then as I was trading those specifically, I always kept some on backup, right? Instant funded accounts, you really don't have to do that. You can just, buy another one. But I would definitely do that, man. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Through the highs here, man. Yeah, this really ain't it, chat. This really ain't it. Again, I'm gonna hold on to this one. It's low risk for me here. It's nothing crazy. I don't foresee myself getting another trade unless we pull all the way back down. I'm not gonna get long in here on the way up. I'm not gonna short it again. All right, I'm not gonna take another short. Coming back over to the YM chart because obviously this is my preferred mini chart that I have a bunch of volume profiles drawn on. But I'm gonna hold on to this one. There's a case for discretion to be exercised and just clip it for $100 and you didn't get the immediate rejection. We kind of tried a couple times and now we're holding higher. I'm gonna hang on to this one. I am short in a freight train here. Really aggressive. It's a valid play for me. Absolutely not outside of the way that I trade any other day of the week. Like I did say off the open, it's very aggressive, and I've applied some discretion already by being 5 micros instead of 1 mini. But sweep of overnight pre-market high right here. This news candle high for rejection. We didn't get it there. Do we get it right here? Do we get it? Like I said, maybe we pop. We kind of get that crazy wick that prints and then come right back down. That's what I'm holding for. The longer this goes, the closer we get to initial balance, pushing to the upside and then potentially breaking that, the less this trade looks good. But holding for now. Holding for now. That's my play off of the open here, guys. Let's see what we get. And chat, I'm gonna yap about this one while we are waiting for this short to play. Where are we at? This is my preferred prop firm, my preferred account type, and the best deal that we've gotten since launch. Top One Futures. If you don't know these guys, they're celebrating 6 months and over 16 million paid out to traders. 55% off with code RDF. Better than the email, better than the website, better than any other discount that you're going to find anywhere, or at least matching it. You want to support me, support the channel, support yourself. That's the best deal. Link is in chat. Code RDF gets it done. This ends this week. This ends this week. This is the last time that I'm probably going to be yapping about it outside of socials. But last chance to get yourself probably the best deal that we're going to see on these accounts until the end of the year. They got some other stuff cooking. We talked a little bit about Tradeovate. Talked about some other stuff maybe coming up. Pretty cool. I don't know. New account types coming back. I don't know. We're going to have to see. But on the instant funded account, which is my preferred account type, what I would say is the best account by way of pricing and rules, 55% off. I would not sleep on this. Obviously, I'm in a live account with these guys. If I wasn't, I would be maxed out or at least stocking up, because you wait for the best deal, and here it is. Also, important to note, no minimum trading days. They made a positive rule change with this. They used to have a 10 minimum trading day rule. There is no minimum trading days. You follow the 20% consistency, right? Which obviously you can't do in one day, but there is no fixed minimum trading days. You don't have to flip. You don't have to have profitable days as far as, setting some minimum. No minimum trading days. So you guys can check that out. Guys can check that out if you want. Only other thing I'm going to plug for now. While we're waiting to see if this short will come into play, which I don't know if it will. I'm guest speaking at the Futures Bootcamp 2-day event in Tampa this year. I had a chance to do it with Austin Silver and his team last year. Super psyched to get invited again this year. It's an in-person event. Obviously, this is a paid deal. It's not my deal. I'm guest speaking. I'm grateful to be there with a whole bunch of other traders. As you can see, this was awesome last year. It's 2 days of live trading in person, right? Like everybody in the same room together trading, talking about strategy, talking about mindset, talking about approaches, everybody, sharing their journey, really detailed strategy breakdowns. Obviously, people trading live together. For 2 days, it's also a bunch of fun hanging out with a ton of your people, right? Traders. I don't think there's another opportunity to be surrounded by 100 futures traders on the same journey as you. Everybody from, beginners a couple months in to multi-decade veterans. And I'll throw this out there. Austin's teased it a couple times. This isn't even everybody. He's got some other really heavy hitters that are going to be coming out to this one potentially, which is going to be sick. So if you want to check this out, I'll throw the link in chat as well. And I always like to be transparent about this, guys. I'm a guest speaker. Austin and his team, without going into too much detail, tries to, give us some kickback, tries to help us out with it. But this is an expense for me. I'm not paid to go out there and speak. By the time I factor in the really nice hotel that they got running, flights, dinners, going to the casino and throwing money away with everybody at the Baccarat table, this is an expense for me, right? I pay myself to go out there. Obviously, there's a bunch of benefits for me, but it's an awesome event. So I'm biased, obviously, because I'm out there speaking. I'm biased because I try to get some kickbacks from it, that type of thing, to help out with the expense. But man, I really think that this is one of the best things that you can do early on in your trading career. and something that I find so much value in. I found so much value in past careers, going out to trade shows, going to in-person events, going to seminars. The online stuff is so cool. Obviously, I do it every day. I love the online stuff. I love doing it here, free 99. Not everybody is going to be able to foot the bill to go out to do something in person, especially if you're on the other side of the world. Totally recognize that. But man, the value that you get, not just hearing from maybe me or Austin or somebody else yap for a while, but to be next to one of dozens of traders that you can connect with. And there were heavy hitters in the audience. There's dudes trading live accounts putting up huge numbers, like massive numbers. There's beginners. There's guys, making mistakes. But to be able to get those perspectives and to hang out and to sit down at the table for dinner, and I kind of repeat myself, but it was so cool because I noticed, right? I was like, sitting down, hanging out, and I'm listening to everybody talk. And over here, they're talking about Bookmap. And over here, they're talking about different strategies. And over here, they're talking about mindset. They're comparing prop firms and talking payouts over here. And it's like, I'll never be in a spot ever where I hear that conversation at a dinner table. And it's just so enjoyable. I think as somebody that's so immersed in this, and I'm sure so many of you feel the same way, to be around your people where everyone around you knows what the hell you're talking about when you're complaining about a bad day, talking about a good day, talking strategy, talking markets. So if you have it in you, if it makes sense for you, capital-wise, finance-wise, I think headed to an in-person event is massive, man. And honestly, I'd encourage you unbiasedly, if this one doesn't do it for you, if nobody here resonates for you, if you find another one, maybe you're on the other side of the world, maybe you're somewhere else, I think the in-person event stuff is sick. So I would try to make your way out to one if you haven't yet. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. You want to check it out? Link is in the chat. You guys can check that one. And they're few and far between, man. Austin and his team ran one last year. They're extremely few and far between. Almost nobody does them. People don't like to trade live. People don't like to get in front of people. Everybody that you see on that list is happy to pull up in person, being themselves, showing you what real trading looks like for them. Without any of the bullshit, and fluff. Excuse my language. Yeah, man. So we tried up here a couple times. I'm hanging on to this one, guys. I'm still holding short. 5 micros from 47 to 74. Half risk, half size trade. Looking for a reversion back down to VWAP after a sweep of pre-market high, overnight high. Talked about this one being super duper counter to the overall trend, to the initial pop to the upside, but gonna hang on to this one. I probably won't get another opportunity on this. If I have to take a half size L today, I might not get another one. So we'll see. We'll see if we pull the Friday grind to the upside, right? Decision-making point. We're either going to hold this, no pullback, and just completely rip to the upside, go trade, continue to trade through all-time highs across all U.S. indices, put a huge bullish bar in, or we catch a little bit of a pullback before that. Or, maybe a turn to the downside. The longer this holds here, get closer to initial balance high, the less likely this looks like it's going to play nice with me. But we're going to have to see. And if you're hanging out with me here, we do have a giveaway coming up later today for an instant funded account here with Top 1 Futures. We also got a giveaway running on Twitter. I'm running on X. No purchase necessary, as always. Or I shouldn't say as always, but no purchase necessary on these. For the most part, I do no purchase necessary stuff. If you want that to run, y'all know what to do. Smash the like button, smash subscribe. Do whatever you want to do. And while we are waiting for this to play out, guys, I will be right back. We're right back, guys. Back in action, chat. Back in action. Welcome to the show. Listen, man, like I said from the start, it's Friday. We're going good vibes for Friday. We had a good week. We had some fun. We stayed patient. Pretty much flat coming into this session as far as this live account goes. I think I'm a couple bucks in profit, but not a lot of trading, man. Kept myself patient this week. Crazy outage on Project X on Monday was an interesting one to deal with. But kept myself patient, waited for my setups to come, managed risk well up to this point. And it's a good trading week, man. Good trading week. Appreciate y'all hopping on, man. Appreciate y'all hopping on. You guys were talking about VWAP. This might pull out. Zach, I see MACD is turning, but that may not be for long, of course. Yeah. Moving average, convergence, divergence. I remember those days. Rhombus. Bye, Mr. RDF. Can't stay for the giveaway, but made 2 wins. Thanks a bunch. Beautiful day for mate. Off to test. Relaxing Zen. Good to be here. I appreciate you guys. For sure, man. For sure. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, man. If you guys, like I said, if you guys don't know, I run a 100% free community. Got like 2,000 people in a free Discord. I don't sell anything. No, I yap about prop firms and companies and software that I'm partnered and affiliated with, but I don't sell SHIT. No course, no mentorship, no VIP, no crazy trading indicator that's going to get you profitable if you just give me $100. Free 99. Free 99. You guys can hang out and say, this dude sucks. I hate this dude in his stupid hat and his stupid YM trades. And I'm just going to fade him. I'm going to do the exact opposite of what he does. And maybe you make money. Maybe you get long here and you just run it through the highs. Maybe you find some value. Maybe you get some questions answered. Maybe you see some of the tools that I use. And maybe it's not exactly what you would do, which it won't be. You have to trade for yourself. You have to figure out things that work for you individually as a trader. Maybe it's helpful to watch somebody take wins, take losses, show you what real trading looks like. Not just cherry pick everything and show you the after the fact charts, manufactured executions, and a bunch of photoshopped BS. But guess what? It's all free. So if you get no value provided, maybe you wasted a little bit of time. But I can provide anybody that doesn't have a good time here with a refund of $0. Anyway, I'm just kind of hanging out, yapping as we watch this market hold up here. We got ES and NQ pulling back more than YM here. Again, I'm watching ES bookmap these days. I'm just inherently coming off of ES, and I'm watching ES more than I usually would. I try not to trade these in much correlation, but I am paying attention to it, so it's something that I'm noting. We also have a lot of people on here that don't trade YM. YM is not the most popular instrument in my community, or I think in many communities, so I don't mind talking about what's going on. On the others, if we take a quick look, here's the micro ES chart just because it's fresh. We are pulling back pretty aggressively to VWAP here. Failing to break above this high as we come into the 10:30 a.m. time frame. Now, if we just continue to get bought right back up on all these little dips, this is going to start to look not so great. Taking a look at NQ, we got a similar movement, really aggressive pop to the upside, selling pressure, buying pressure, and then a little bit of a turn here, coming back down to VWAP. YM seems to be lagging, seems to still be buffering. We'll see. We'll see, chat. Get some more music going on here. Let's get the Trapanese loaded up. That would be more than a little rude to say the host sucks. Promise. I think so, right? I'd be a little bit upset. Nah. You guys can say whatever you want. I've come a long way in my my caring about others' thoughts, especially when it comes to trading live and trading here. You do this stuff for long enough, you're called every name in the book. I've dealt with it all. But if you're confident in what you do, happy with yourself, you know, you want the best for others, you put that energy out, you're able to withstand all of the BS that comes your way. Maybe a good duck for my birthday. There we go. Yeah, guys, we are running a giveaway later. I see we had some people dip off the stream. We are running a giveaway later today, man. We will have one. I've already let the cat out of the bag. You want it to drop, you know what to do. Smash the like button, smash subscribe. Should we set the goal? Yeah, let's do it. Hang on. Where are we at? Yeah, I'm gonna say 75 likes. I'm gonna say 75 likes, guys. We're gonna drop a 50K instant funded account. The big boy account, chat. It's not even gonna be the straight to sim funded pro. This is the 50K instant funded account. Valued at a couple $100. No challenge, no activation fee. You guys want that to drop? We'll do it at 75 likes. Let's see. I fell victim to Don't F It Up Friday. Rob. Full porting ducks today. Yeah, Rob's here for the ducks. All right. Maybe the trading gods are with you, and you get the duck win today. Sorry to hear that, Rob. Thank you. It's my curse. 3rd time in a row. No, man, it's not your curse. It's, you know, it's your actions, man. You know, you gotta make the change, brother. Gotta make the change. You know, it's hard, man, and I don't mean to be insensitive, but it's tough, man. But I joke around about it. Wolf says it all the time. I say it all the time. Everybody says it. Don't F it up Friday, because so many people. Ooh, guys, we're starting to get some volatility. Rob, I'm gonna come back to that. We're starting to get some volatility, man. ES back down towards VWAP. YM is lagging here, man. I don't like this. I definitely don't like this. YM is lagging. We are coming back through my entry. I'm going to try to set a target on this one. I got to make a conscious decision of how long I want to hold on to this. ES continuing to sell off on an aggressively growing cumulative volume delta, which tells me we got buyers on this. Taking a look at YM because I can get a better read. Yeah, man, the way that this developed, I don't know. I don't know about this. Is that all I'm going to go for? 7 150s? This would be an aggressive move. This would be really aggressive, and I don't know that we do that, man. We're just holding and showing so much strength that I don't think we do this. 47 150s, 140s, right around VWAP. Just framing out some potential targets, guys. Just give me a second here. Yeah, that's trash, man. I don't know about this. Sorry to be so not technical, but sometimes my brain just thinks in like the dumb guy way that I talk. I don't really care to sound super smart. I'm looking at this, guys, and we've continued to push to the upside, right? Let me be more technical about it. We've continued to print to the upside. Prices continue to come above highs. We did sweep above the high over here from the 21st. This is a key level. We broke above it and have started to come back in. Extremely bullish. Like, I'm not holding for this really to turn into a complete down day. So I have to start to ask myself, well, we're coming back down into profit, back across your entry. Where might you want to take profit on this? And I'm looking at the most reasonable spot into this area of high volume. Some of the consolidation before the open, this initial balance low, this 9:30 a.m. low here in YM down around the 47,100s. That doesn't really provide a great risk structure for me. It just is not really providing a great risk structure for me here. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I know I'm getting quiet here. I'm in an interesting spot with this one. Applying my discretion, I'd like to hang on to it because I held through so much drawdown. I don't love holding stuff, you know, for a drawdown and then come back to break even and just close it. But I first off don't have a ton of faith that we continue the downside in this, and at very best, and even if I don't, at very best, my targets are in a my targets are in a not ideal spot. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm debating just clipping this all together. Again, guys, so this, you know, here's the risk structure, right? Not that I'm on, I focus on fixed risk to reward, but if I think we got trouble down here, if I think, you know, if we sell off that this is like maybe all we get out of it, I don't want to leave $600 worth of risk on the line to try to capture something small like that. Was hoping we could get the move back to VWAP, grab something small. We're just holding pretty strong up here, and I don't think this is a great risk structure. Don't think this is a great risk structure. Yeah, here's what I'm going to do on this one, guys. I'm going to take the break even. Maybe we just dump right here. I don't think that we do. I'm going to put stop to past break even and just take a small break even on this. You know, I don't care to grab $60. Maybe we crack right to VWAP on this, which I'm going to allow for potentially. But that's going to be my play on this. I'm fairly certain on this move I'm going to get stopped at break even. But I just don't like the risk structure anymore, right? You know, here was my initial trade setup. Right? Where was that stop? Somewhere way out here, right? You know, in order just to capture a 1-to-1 or even a little bit above, I need this thing to completely reverse and sell off, you know, all the way through the news candle low. You know, 140 points below initial balance low. Now, we might do that. I'm sure there's plenty of traders getting short for continuation down. But I just, I wanted the initial reversion. I wanted the initial reversion here, actually, after a sweep of pre-market high. Was okay with it coming and dancing up here. We did. We're starting to sell off. If we find buyers and come right back up on this, I'm dead wrong. I also don't like what I'm seeing on Bookmap at all out of ES. We're selling off on a very aggressively growing cumulative volume delta. There's a lot of buy volume in this market. On YM, we don't have that. We're selling off on a declining cumulative volume delta, which is good. Makes the case for the move down. So I'm going to pull this move right here. You know, stop loss right past entry. I'm more than happy to just end it break even rather than realize that loss. Maybe I give myself another trade or two today because something else sets up into the afternoon. Like I said, not going to clip it for $100. That's not going to move the needle for me. Very likely to get stopped. Wanted to give it a little bit of room to just crack to the downside. Maybe we were going to see that continue. But I don't want this one to be an L after this type of market structure. I've got to get a little bit better of identifying when a aggressive pre-market into the open reversion trade does not play out, right? And this is an hour in from when I entered, where we've just danced around the highs and we have not sold off. So at a certain point, I got to say, well, now what am I shooting for? We're breaking and retesting and continuing to the upside. We swept highs and we didn't sell back off the VWAP. You know, what are you waiting for? So discretion, right? We may stop me right here and this thing may sell off all day. I have to accept that on the front end if I'm going to protect risk like this. So that's my play. That's my play today. I'm not a fan of stop loss to break even at all. Again, I think I'm extremely likely to get stopped on this. I would prefer just to get stopped rather than to grab like $60 worth of profit or whatever it is, because I don't want to realize a $600 loss based on where my target would be. I wouldn't be comfortable holding past a couple $100 in profit, and that's a very negative risk to reward. So for all of those reasons, that's my trade management on this one, guys. That's my trade management. There we go. Stopped on that one, guys. A whopping $11.30 in profit. We can come back over to the Dow chart. And we'll watch. We'll watch that trade management, right? We'll see, you know, how that starts to play today. Do we sell all the way back off through VWAP, come all the way down below this low? Do we come back through the high? And we'll journal and review, right? That's all we could do. So I wanted to give that one a shot. But again, I don't want to sit through just a straight freight train to the upside and be the only idiot holding through repetitive higher lows getting put in, you know, as we flip this candle, you know, bullish. Along with that, and more importantly, at very best, I was looking for back to VWAP, maybe back down around this initial balance low, and that's not a good risk structure, not unless I want to run a stop right here and then run it right back down here. So for all those reasons, we're out. No harm, no foul. All right. Let's see. Chat. Before I even start answering questions, we are going to say giveaway at 75 likes. We're giving away a 50K instant funded account at 75 likes. Run it up, and we'll get that one done. Yeah, Rob. Here's the tough stuff, man. Here's the tough stuff. Build some effing discipline, my brother in Christ. This is the tough stuff, and I never want to come off like an ass, but you know, this is the truth. You said this was the third time, right, of a Friday blow up. It's not your strategy. It's not your approach. It's not the market. It's you. And it's a tough thing to realize and come to terms with. But you're at a point where you can either keep doing what you're doing and keep blowing up, or you can start to make a change. I would review what's going on, and I would put processes in place to limit yourself, probably starting with no trading on Friday. Past that, I would read every psychology book you can get your hands on and start to build some discipline in your outside life. I show posts of me running. I show posts of me doing marathons, about the grind lifestyle, the grind set stuff, and I think it gets a bad rep, but that's what I believe makes the difference. Be disciplined in your outside life so you can be disciplined when money's on the line, when it's more difficult than almost any other time, right? That's where I would go with it, my brother. I'm sorry that it happened. I'm gonna give you the empathy for sure. I've been there, and nothing feels worse, especially on a Friday. Nothing feels worse than going into the weekend with blown accounts and outsized losses to think about it when the market's closed, man. It really sucks. So I feel for you, but you have the tools, and it is a blessing to a degree to say, this is being proven to me over and over and over again. I need to flip this on its head. I need to make the change. I need to pull the 180. So I encourage you to do that, man. I really encourage you to do that, Rob. You know, hop in Discord, man. I'm happy to give you my 2 cents anytime I can. I empathize with you, man, but you know, you're repeating it. So you got to make the change. Got to make the change. Let's see. That's my curse. I love YM. Just cleaner price action. Yeah, I like YM. I like YM. It's something we all have to conquer. Yeah. And again, and here, let me stay on that for a second. I'm not saying this from a place that I haven't done what you did today, probably 10 times more times than you did it before I started to build some discipline. And I'm not saying this from a place where I have it all figured out and I don't have the emotions inside and the incorrect desire to do what you did. It's still hard. You still have to have discipline, but you start to create your new way of thinking, and it becomes less difficult. You have a less of that internal struggle, and then when you do feel those emotions, you have a different response to them. So, not saying it from just do this and you're gonna make money. It's tough, man. It's tough. Yeah, set your personal daily loss limit. Prestige, let's go. Ready for it? Yeah. Dwayne, 100%. Zach, give me the Trump duck. I'm going to win the race today. Is this yours? 150K account. I think you're talking to me, Prestige. This is a top 1 futures. You can see what type of account it is up here. This is a top 1 futures pre-live pre-live 15K. This actually is 15K. It's top 1 futures live account process. They go pre-live and live. But when you are called up live, you're called up with your profit up to 10% of your account balance. And they've been rounding up. They've been pretty sweet about it. They've been rounding up. But this is a top 1 futures 15K live account. Technically a pre-live account. What's up, Streamer Hub? What's up, guys? Had some good conversations in chat. Hard to short the tops without confirmation. Yeah, I short without confirmation. I long without confirmation. I go off of market structure for the most part at levels and pretty aggressive entries. Giveaway coming up, guys. Got to run the likes up, and then we're going to drop the giveaway. Formal drop in chat. Pretty simple. This is Project X, guys. This is Project X through Top 1 Futures. If you want to check it out, link is in the chat. You can get 55% off with code RDF. But this is the Project X platform. Let's see. How important do you think backtesting is? It's a good question. I'll come back to it. Choose discipline over silver. Proverbs 8:10. I love that. And knowledge over gold. Somebody was trading widow's mites or grain back in the day when they wrote that. That's powerful right there. Proverbs 8:10. Choose discipline over silver and knowledge over gold. If you can deploy that, you're gonna be way ahead of the competition. I think we run some practice duck races. Backtesting the duck market. Mostly prefer to trade on Fridays now. I've been there. You sit all weekend. Yeah, it sucks. 100% Zach. Appreciate you, brother. It's always the day I'm eligible for a payout. Yeah, dude. Reflect on it, Rob, is all I could say, man. There's no easy answer. I'm not you. I don't know what you're facing, man. Nobody does. But you got to fight those demons, brother. Got to fight those demons. And it comes with time. Eventually you put your hand on the stove so many times that you build that callus where not to put your hand on. And most traders, including myself, they have to do that. They just have to do that. And, there's a blessing there that you're having another painful one, man. You're going to be that much stronger. I would do something. I would start to break the cycle because you get into a habit of it. But, you're going to have that display, unfortunately, man. But do something different. You got to do something different. Got to change it up. Lost 110 on YM today. My account got locked out because of the trade. Limit I set. Hanky panky till Monday. Nice. Size properly and no holding. My stop will work better, but feel like holding on to it. But feel like I'm holding on to a loser short here. Hold on to it, William. Hold on to it. You have decided on the front end, based on your back testing and forward testing, that that sizing according to You sized accordingly, and you know that your trade management calls for holding on to your trade. Hold on to your trade. Just hold on to your trade. Whatever your trade management approach is, whatever you do every day consistently, do that. Just do that. Last Friday, I used a funded account for the first time in over a month. Took a $50 loss. Walked away immediately. Nice. Nice. Discipline. Easy word. Yep. You got to build it, man. You got to build it. You got to build it in other areas of your life. You have to build it in other areas of your life so you can have it on the charts. That's my 2 cents. Talk about it a lot, so I won't yap too much. I'll talk about backtesting a little bit. We ran the likes up. Whoa, hang on. Hang on. Give me one account, sir. No begging. We run duck races here. We do giveaways for free. All right, let's do it. We ran the likes up, guys. This is going to be for a 50K straight to fund. Oh, excuse me. A 50K instant funded account. Let me not jack it up. A 50K instant funded account. Form is going to drop in the chat in about 60 seconds. As soon as it loads for me. Go ahead and get this one filled out. If you miss it today, if you don't win today, maybe you can win tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Maybe you can win another day because we run them almost every dang day on the live streams. Shout out Top 1 Futures if you want to check out Top 1 Futures. Link is in the chat. 55% off with code RDF. Let me go ahead and get this loaded. Why are we not loading here? And remember, guys, only fill this form out one time. Let me get the actual giveaway thing up here. Hold on. Only fill the form out one time. If you spam the form, if you fill it out more than once, you use your brother's and your grandma's and your sister's email. I'm going to ban you from all of my stuff. I'm going to try my hardest to get you banned from every other prop firm. Don't get yourself blacklisted by trying to scam. We do giveaways nonstop, man. You got a really good chance of winning. Let's do it. Giveaway form is live in the chat. It is pinned. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. 5 minutes to get this filled out. It is 10:51 a.m. Eastern. You have until 10:56 a.m. Eastern. It is in Kick as well, pinned. And guess what, Twitter? Got so many of you guys on there these days. We're going to give it to you guys in Twitter as well. Hang tight, X. I will give you the form as well. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Twitter, X, whatever you're called. Giveaway form is live in the chat on Twitter as well. Live on Kick and live on YouTube. Gonna get shut off at 10:56. 10:56. Guys, don't beg for the giveaway. It's random. We're gonna run a duck race. Random giveaway. Five minutes to get the form filled out. 5 minutes to get the form filled out before I clip it. How come Brian never see? Brian C's here sometimes, Rhombus, and he is Brian C in YouTube. I think usually he's just listening and actually trading because he's actively trading. But he's a badass trader, and I think he focuses up sometimes. But if you guys want, he's in Discord. Like right now, he's calling out trades in Discord. I have a separate channel specifically for Brian. He is the only one ranked as a certified killer. I've traded with Brian, worked with him in the past. He's a beast. He's been trading for longer than me. He's in live accounts. He's taken a massive number and quantity of payouts. He is a real trader, a real trader. If you want to see somebody that is extremely legit, shares the good and the bad, shares himself, getting moved to live accounts and sometimes losing accounts, everything in between, hop in the Discord. Hop in the Discord and check that out. Please give me one account, sir. I'm $200 away from a $600 payout on a 25K account. Nice, dude. William. Keep it slow and steady, brother. Keep it slow and steady. Must be the mobile. Yeah. Was flat stretch for a couple months. It's part of it. It's part of it. Good job. Let's go. We're talking about Brian C. Zach, you ever donate some of your earnings to charity? Yes. Yes, I do. I just don't yap about it. Sometimes I talk about doing fun stuff like raising money for different events. I was like fundraising to do a marathon. I talked about cutting all my hair off to donate that. But yeah, I donate quite a bit, man. I'm here, always listening. There you go. See, Brian C's always here. He's in the background. I knew it. Rhombus, you wanted to know where Brian was. He's just cleaning up. Brian's the market maker, guys. What's up, Brian? But yeah, if you're not in the free Discord, just real quick, one more time. If you're not in the free Discord, feel free. I run a 100% free trading Discord. I don't sell anything. No course, no mentorship. There's no upsell in there, whatever. I yap about prop firms. I yap about companies I stand to make money from. But that's the 100% free trading Discord. If you're ever missing hanging out with any of your favorite traders that are not here in chat, they're probably, like Brian was all morning, calling out absolute bangers in the chat. With entries, exits, stops, take profit. Not everybody does that, but there you go. Howdy, what's up, Mustang Trader? Hope my quack doesn't get FOMO from opening candle again. He donates every day. Yeah. A lot of this, a lot of this is support from Top 1 Futures, but I have given out quite a bit to all of you guys personally. Rhombus, who was asking that one. I mean, relative to how much I earn, not really, but I do a handful of giveaways. I had to kind of stop sending people PayPals and Venmos and Cash Apps and Zells and crypto because I started to get scammed. I started to not be able to keep track. I think I'm also probably not supposed to do that when it comes to taxes and just legally what you're allowed to do. But if I go to my PayPal, there's dozens of sending money away to a whole bunch of different people. And I also think like I was probably towing the line of getting warned for looking like something suspicious because you're not supposed to do that. Anyway, Whoop isn't available for my country. Can you share the Discord link here? No, but what I can do, Streamer Hub. Email me at support@realdealfutures.com, and I will give you a personal link to get you in outside of WAP. Highly recommend people get in that Discord, ask your questions, and meet other traders who can relate to some of your struggles and get feedback from your problems. Wardy, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. ES selling off. YM turning to the downside. Interesting. ES all the way back down towards VWAP. YM looking like it wants to try it this time around. If I had a gun to my head, I'd say short right now as we're starting to sell off. This looks like we're going to get the crack right back down towards the 150s, 140s. I'm not going to try it again, guys. There is a short play up here, but this is not it for me. You could run something like this. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If I had to take a trade, that's probably it. Stop loss right at the highs. A little sell off right back down to that 150 level. But I'm not taking it. I'm not taking anything. Took my one. I shouldn't say I'm not taking anything. I took my one. So we'll see. We'll see if it's just another dip down before we pop back up to the upside, or if we actually get the run back down to this area. All right, guys, I said 1056. Giveaway form is done. Giveaway form's done. Last chance. Go ahead, get it filled out if you haven't filled it out already. And remember, you do have to be here to claim it. You do have to be here to claim the actual win. If you just filled it out and then you dipped out and you're not here on your YouTube channel that you provided for the person that won, I'm going to assume you're a scam and we're going to run it again. But so far, this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. All right, guys, let's get the ducks ready, man. Let's get the ducks ready on a Friday. I love running the duck races. I really do. I love giving stuff away. I really do. You guys were, asking about doing giveaways and stuff. Again, shout out Top 1 Futures. They support this. They support these giveaways. I am grateful for it, and I'm happy to run them and try to give back to you guys. Ducks are getting loaded up. Chatty chat. Hang tight. A couple of you don't have YouTube usernames. That's cool. If one of you guys win and you're not on the YouTube chat because you don't have a username in YouTube, I'm going to try to hit you from wherever you came from. Hang tight. Just trying to check through. We got a lot of ducks today, guys. This looks legit. All right. We have 71 ducks in a row. 71 ducks in a row. We are going to put, not 300 minutes. We're going to put 3 minutes on the clock. Chat. Where are you at, chat? Chatty chat. Oh, Mike Z went to the bathroom and missed it. Mike. All right, hang on. hang on. Let's see. Yeah, Mike, I got you in, brother. All right. Mike's in. Chat, this is for a 50K instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. If you win, it's going to come directly from them to your email. Like I just said, you have to be here in the live chat to claim the W, outside of if you're a Discord OG and you're here every day and for some reason you filled the form out and now you're not here. I extend a little bit of extra leeway to those people because I know you're not a scam because you're just... you're an OG. I know where to find you. Where's the link? It's done. Okay, I don't remember if I filled it. Wolf, hopefully. Tough week on the charts. Accidentally took 3 minis. I lurk in the stream while trading and then watch when the ducks are racing. Nice. No name. My duck, please don't be slow. I'm clacking. We got hell of my duck needs nitrous. Put my duck on steroids. Give my duck some beer. All right. It's Friday. It's happy hour for the ducks. Good luck, chat. Last thing I'll say, guys, I appreciate all you guys being here. Thank you for hopping in the stream. I do everything free. I really enjoy having this free community here on the live streams, on X, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, and in the free Discord. I'm grateful for every last one of you guys. I really am. If you don't win today, feel free to hop back in. If you never win, I hope I provided some value to you. If you want to check out any of the partner or affiliate firms or softwares, feel free to do so. Links are down below this video. Top 1 Futures, shout out for supporting this giveaway right here. Code RDF gets you the best deal, 55% off. Let's run it. Good luck, chat. Good luck. The ducks are off. Zach, you the realist. Kevin P, what's up? What's up, man? I don't even care for the beat break even. I break even now. Glad a hell stops. Nice. Do you actually feel what happens outside of the charts affects the charts? Discipline, workout, eating healthy. 110% prestige. 1000%. I spend an enormous amount of time in my outside life practicing discipline, working out, running marathons, being strict with what my improvement for trading specifically, reviewing, reading, rereading books like an absolute hardhead, eating healthy, right? Trying to get to bed early and sleep well, practicing meditation, praying, practicing gratitude, all the things that I have to do to maintain the correct mindset on the charts when there's a lot of money on the line. I don't do all of those things exclusively so I trade well, but 1000%. And I will go the other way. I do not believe if you are undisciplined in every other area of your life, you're an absolute lazy POS. You're up late every night, drinking, smoking, hungover. You do zero working out. You eat like absolute trash. You break every promise that you ever make to yourself. You're a complete degenerate. That when it comes time to follow a trading plan and act like a professional and treat trading with some seriousness and a business, when the market is so difficult to deal with, you don't stand a chance. That's what I truly believe. That's what I truly believe. Do you have to take it to the extreme like me? No. I think there's plenty of guys that are much less disciplined. I'm not saying you have to have an ice bath morning routine where you journal and meditate. No, I'm not saying you have to do all that stuff. But you got to do something. You got to have some discipline, or else why would you have it when money's on the line if you can't have it anywhere else? And I find that to be true. I don't know any really good traders that are undisciplined. They are usually healthy. They're usually in great shape. They usually have discipline across all other areas of their life. It's not to say that they're the hardcore grind set guys with crazy morning routines, but it's few and far between that they're just complete degenerates outside life and they come to trading and they're great. So I absolutely believe that. Absolutely believe that. All right, guys. And I talk about it all the time. All the time. I'm going to talk more about it. 20 seconds to go. George 69 at the top. Slow Father trading. Jeremy trades. Cook Smith down at the bottom. Spider up top. We got some ducks hitting stops. 15 seconds to go. Cook Smith holding strong. Market Pusher down at the bottom. Streamer Hub. Rob. Tony. George. Spider hitting a stop loss. I don't know who this is. The B Duck. Someone in the middle coming out of nowhere. Oh my gosh. A nail biter. BT Art. BT Art taking the W. Oh man. Hold on. Yeah, guys, we have a lot of ducks. If you don't see yours, I promise you he was there. It's a copy and paste straight from it. BT Art, where are you at in the chat? I think he might have won already. Have he taken a W yet? There he is in the chat. BT Art, the number 16 duck, takes the W on this one. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Stop loss hit by Ducky. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. He did win before. We got a repeat winner here, guys. That's cool. You're allowed to win. You're allowed to win twice. Awesome, man. Awesome. Hella W's in the chat. Chat going crazy for this one. BT Art takes the W. That was funny. The last minute one. That was a nail biter. I was like, I couldn't even see that name. Your name wasn't even up front. Name wasn't even up front. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Before you guys go anywhere, I wanted to post this also. I also have, since we're doing giveaways, we got another giveaway running. Hold on, don't go anywhere. If you guys are on X and you want a shot at another giveaway, here's the link to another giveaway. This is just completely off stream. This is on X. It's on my Twitter. If you guys want to check it out, it's the like, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Go, Duck, go. Yeah, but outside of that, BT Art, you are going to get the email after the stream. It's going to come straight from Top 1 Futures. All right, Duck. All right. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures, guys, there is the link. 55% off with code RDF. If you want to come hang out in person, whoa, not that one. I'm going to be in Tampa next year. I want to plug this one a couple times today. Link is in the chat. You can hit me up in Discord. I'll post more about it. For trading, yeah, that wouldn't be playing too nice right here either. Let's get rid of that. I went one and done, break even. Short right here over pre-market high, this news candle high. I don't know that I'm going to try something else. This looks like the slow grind to the upside indefinitely. We can always go higher in the U.S. indices. Maybe we'll call something out later in Discord. Feel free, hop in the free Discord if you guys are not already. I'll throw that link in the chat one more time for you. Bam. Hope to see you guys in there. Have a great weekend, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here. Have a great weekend, guys. Hope you trade well, trade safe the rest of this trading session. And like I was talking about during the duck race, build some discipline. Improve your life off the charts. Improve your life on the charts. I believe that's true for everything in life. Have a great weekend, guys. Get outside, touch some grass, do whatever you want to do. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research, make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even if funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content like Top 1 Futures, Code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Appreciate you guys for hopping on. Thanks for being here. Talk to you guys soon.